It's Monday, October 6th, and this is Chapter 13 of On the Shortness of Life by Seneca the Younger. It would be tedious to discuss all those sad souls who spend their lives playing chess or sports or lying sprawled on their backs worshipping Saul. They are not free, but trapped by their love of fleeting pleasures. For example, without a doubt, there are many triflers who waste time on pointless literary conundrums, of whom, even among the Romans, there is now an ever-growing number. It used to be that just the Greeks frittered away afternoons discussing how many oarsmen Ulysses had, whether the Iliad or the Odyssey was composed first, whether they were written by the same person, and various other literary debates of this ilk. Issues which do nothing for the soul if considered alone, and might even make you look foolish if you published them. Behold how this obsession with ephemera now flourishes in Rome. I hear people babbling about the first Roman general to do such and such, how Duilius was the first to win a victory at sea, Dentatus was the first to use elephants in a triumph, etc. Even if it is obvious that some piece of information has no value, most of the popular trivia is usually related to matters of interest to Romans, and thus wins our attention by its apparent relevancy to our lives, despite its superficiality. We may excuse those who first started this navel gazing and got the Romans to jump on ship. It was Claudius, and for this reason he was surnamed Codex, in reference to the ancient structure formed by joining boards together, which also explains why the tables are called codices, and freight boats in the ancient style that pass up and down the Tiber are known as codicariae. Of related interest is the fact that Valerius Corvinus was the first to conquer Messana, thereby becoming the first member of his family to bear the surname Messana, having named himself after the city he had taken, a practice later wryly referenced to as Messana permutate. I might also add that Lucius Sulla was the first to let captured lions loose in the circus, whereas before they were only shown in chains, and that javelin throwers were dispatched by King Bacchus to slaughter them. What is the point of knowing, for example, that Pompey was the first to stage a fight between elephants and lowly men, and the circus in a mockery of real battle? A head of state tarnishes the reputation of good Romans with such vulgar spectacle. Do condemned men not already fight to the death? Is that not enough? Must they now be crushed alive by monsters? It would be better that such events pass into oblivion rather than risk another rich man learning of the inhuman spectacle and becoming jealous. Oh, how blinded man is made by money. While Pompey was busy commanding troops comprised of wretched humans and wild animals born under a different sky, when he was actually declaring war with such ill-matched forces, there was slaughter in the streets of Rome as man and beast fought one another, spilling more blood than in any of their battles. But to return to the main point, and to illustrate further how people are futilely concerned with such matters, that Metellus, in his triumph following his victory over the Carthaginians in Sicily, was the first Roman to lead his procession with 120 elephants, that Sulla was the last of the Romans to extend the city's boundaries, when such expansion historically was done only to Italy's borders, not a province's. Is it more profitable to know this or that Mount Aventine needs to be officially outside of the Pomerium for one of two reasons, either because there are too many plebeians there, or because the auspices were not favorable when the priests of Remus sacrificed birds there? There are countless other reports like this one, all riddled with falsehoods. You may give such narratives the benefit of the doubt and have faith in the truth of what some people say and write, but how will the dissemination of such stories prevent future mistakes? Whose passions will they nip in the bud? Will they help the brave be more just? Fabianus doubted whether it was better to immerse oneself in study rather than get caught up in all this useless knowledge.